Yo, face. Show your face, please. With sugar on top.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers, so if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. Now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, if you look in the dictionary and you see the word crash out, right underneath it you can see the letters PGF Nuk. Right? Then if you look further down, you're going to see a picture of a person with a Pooh Shiesty mask that looks exactly like PGF Nuk. Now, if you look in the Urban Dictionary and you see the quote, "You can take a person out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of a person," you're going to see a picture of a man named Virgil Gibson, aka PGF Nuk. Now, to be honest with y'all, this is the closest you're probably going to get to someone who literally just threw away the biggest opportunities of his life, literally for nothing. I'm talking about an opportunity to not only change his life, but his family's life, along with the people around him as well. And he's going to quickly see that the same people that were supporting him, ruining his career, is going to be the same people who are no longer in the picture when the judge hands down that sentence. Then watch, I can see it now. We're going to see him posting about real friends not being there when he had his lowest, or I realize all I got is myself, or it's funny how everyone leaves when you're out of sight, out of mind. Y'all know the typical I'm in jail and I'm blaming everybody but myself post. However, in this case, right, PGF Nuk has himself to blame for the situation he is now in. I think this is the case of when trying to keep it real goes wrong, or simply trying to prove himself to others when he really doesn't need to. PGF Nuk has been granted an opportunity that most people in Chicago or the world would probably die for, even though some may never even experience it. But what do you expect when someone receives such an opportunity without having to do much work for it, in which they don't really understand what they have in front of them? And usually when you don't work hard for something, it's hard for you to see the value in it because you don't know its worth. Right? Now, it would come out recently that PGF Nuk was recently arrested for a bunch of charges that included 2 counts of aggravated vehicular hijacking with a firearm, aggravated kidnapping, and aggravated unlawful restraint. Now, let this also be a lesson to y'all that idolize these rappers, because y'all swear just because they're rappers or they around here flashing a bunch of money, y'all assume that they rich. But no, it's a handful of rappers that actually make money off music, and most of the rappers that find themselves venturing off to other things outside of music actually generate money, which is smart because they use their fame as leverage to get into other things that can generate income, right? It's a big advantage because nobody wants to rap or can rap forever. Now, for the younger artists you see constantly showing money, such as PGF Nuk, most times it's just a big facade. And if PGF Nuk was smart, he had a big record coming out of Chicago, so he could have just rode that song for as long as he could, worked it the right way and made a bunch of money off it while he had the opportunity. But in due time, he had too much going on outside of music that started to taint his career, after reports would also come out that he was robbed for his jewelry and just other things that wasn't related to his music. Then, back in August of 2023, PGF Nuk was arrested and charged with a felony machine possession charge after police found the firearm with a switch attached to it on the floorboard of a car that he was driving. Now here's where it gets interesting. Police says they stopped PGF Nuk because the license plate on the car he was driving was flagged for impounding due to records showing that the same car had previously ran from the police in the past, which means that prior to them stopping him, him or someone he knows used that same car to run from police before, that's the car he chose to drive in, with a firearm, knowing they ran from the police in that same car prior. Now we don't stop there because it gets worse. Police says that when they stopped PGF Nuk, he had a passenger in the car. After the firearm was found, they questioned Nuk and the passenger told the police that the firearm belonged to PGF Nuk. After, PGF Nuk told the police that it wasn't his, and in fact, it was the passenger's. However, the police still ended up charging PGF Nuk with the weapon. I'm assuming because he was the one driving the car, so he will be hit with the charge ultimately if they can't prove who the firearm actually belongs to. But clearly, he was moving very wrong. Because for one, I call it double jeopardy. When you driving in the car and breaking the law, knowing that you have something already illegal in the car, it's just the stupidest thing ever. It's like people transporting drugs and smoking marijuana in the car while they're transporting, which leads the police to have probable cause. It don't make sense. Why is he driving in a hot car, knowing he is who he is, and knowing he has a firearm on him? And two, he's riding in the car with someone that clearly not trying to take the fall for the weapon, and they both in there tossing blame and snitching on each other. Like, what part of the game is that, man? So, for that same charge back in the summer of 2023, PGF Nuk was facing 10 years already. It was on pre-trial release. Fast forward to April 7th, 2024, CPD says that PGF Nuk will carjack 2 people in less than 30 minutes. So he did one carjacking, got away with it, and assumed since he got away with it, I guess he could do another one. I don't know, maybe he carjacked it, didn't like the car, so he wanted to get another one. Maybe he thought this was Grand Theft Auto. I don't know. However, law enforcement says a little before 12 a.m. at a service station in the 5900 block of South Morgan, Nuk was armed with a firearm and took a 32-year-old man's Chevy Malibu while he held him at gunpoint. Then just almost 30 minutes later, he would travel to another gas station located in the 8300 block of South Cottage Grove, and the same Chevy Malibu that he just took from the last person, got out, then got into a 2022 Kia Optima that was occupied by its owner. He held the owner of the vehicle at gunpoint, forcing him to get over into the passenger seat, where he proceeded to force the man to transfer money into his bank account electronically. He also made the man remove some of his clothing and then ordered him to get out the car as he drove away. Now, reports say that undercover officers seen Nuk park the stolen Kia into the 1600 block of West 55th Street and proceeded to walk away from it. When the undercover officers went to pursue Nuk, they found him hiding in the janitor's closet of a nearby phone store. They were able to identify him because he had on the same sneakers that witnesses described the suspect to have on, and he fit the description of the suspects witnesses had pointed out. Now, to be honest with y'all, he did only crash out, but I want to say that PGF Nuk had to be under the influence of something. At least I hope he was, because I can't believe that he would be this foolish to go and steal not one car, but 2 cars in the open at gas stations with the firearm, knowing he has some type of fame so he's easily recognized, and be on pre-trial release. Right? Keep in mind, this is at a time where people should try to take it easy because they have a case pending, especially one that's pre-trial. PGF Nuk is out here doing whatever he wants. And for the kids watching this, it's nothing tough, gangster, or cool about something like this. This is just pure stupidity. And like I said, I hope this is a case where he was under the influence or something. Because you can't even pay me enough to believe he would be that foolish sober to pull something like this off. But then again, when you watch his videos, these guys openly show themselves popping pills and the whole 9 yards. So I wouldn't be surprised. Now, these are some tough charges, and honestly, it's looking like he's definitely going to end up doing some type of time. Keep in mind, he now has 2 cases, and I don't know how his sentencing will go. They can run everything concurrent, or they can run it consecutive. Who knows? I doubt the judge is going to show him any mercy, so I don't know. It was pretty much all for nothing. You know, was it money? Because he has a big enough name and platform, where he could sell merch or use his name and fame to get his fans to support him. Now just think about it. PGF Nuk currently has almost 400,000 followers on Instagram. Let's say he decides to sell shirts just for $25. If so much as just 500 people out of that almost 400K bought a shirt from him, in which I'm sure it'll probably be more, he'll easily generate almost $13,000. He could charge a little more if he wanted to because of his name, but I'm just saying, that's on the low end. So why steal cars and rob people at gunpoint knowing you are who you are? Especially in Chicago. Like maybe if he was in Atlanta, New York, Vegas, Virginia, anywhere but Chicago, where they pretty much know his face. That's where he blew up at. They know him. So why would he even think that that was a good idea? I don't know. You know, maybe these guys got that much faith in these ski masks, but you know, these days, police got all type of technology where they could get your retina, the this, the that. Because if the ski mask was that good, I don't think he would have been pointed out. But clearly, it's not that good. You know, so that's pretty much it, man. Y'all jump in the comments, let me know what y'all think about this. Like I said, it's like he just literally threw his life away. I don't know how much time he may get, but like I said, if he was facing 10 in that last case, and this one is actually more serious, and the other case was pretty much pre-trial, you know, that just says enough. So let's see what comes out of this. Y'all jump in the comments, let me know what y'all think about PGF Nuk and him crashing out. Do y'all think he was under the influence, or maybe he was just trying to prove himself, or what is it? What y'all think was going on, man? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. Remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.